Excuse me.
So,
I was wondering if I could do a portrait for you just as you are, right there.
sure. I'm gonna ask you a question after. Ask the question.
How much do you think an engagement ring should be?
So I said no more than 4K. She said 10. 10K is a lot.
I mean, listen, if she's special, it's worth every dime, no?
The fact that I'm making the step to commit to you, like, it's the meaning behind the ring. I'm not saying it'd be some cheap something, but you could get a nice ring for $4,000. And it's $4,000 on your finger.
Well, it could be 10 though.
It could.
I mean, it could.
I have to ask, hypothetically, if someone was showing you that they loved you every day with devotion, they care, they ask questions, they tend to your emotional needs, they help you with labor, they do all this stuff, but they just get you a reasonable ring. You think that somehow their love is a lie?
No, but
Really?
I can't. But bro, I can't.
But if they did the opposite and they got you a ring, would you think that their love is real at that moment because of some small little symbol like that?
That's exactly like the motherfucker that's like, yeah, but you like you never say I love you. No, you don't see whenever I take out the trash. You never see whenever I make your coffee in the morning. You don't see when I cook for you. You don't see when I take you out. You don't see when you see none of that. But the motherfucker that's gonna beat you, he comes back and he says, yeah, but I love you. You're gonna take him back because he said I love you? Then I'm sorry, you're stupid.
You know what's so fucked up? Is you said all that, you're talking about coffee and things like that. And the last girl I was in love with, we were having this conversation. She's like, what are some of the things that you liked about it? And this is going to sound fucked up. I remember one time I was just working, and like, this girl came out of nowhere. And she just brought like a charcuterie thing with like a drink. So come take a 15-minute break. So I'm out here eating cheeses I never heard of with like fruits in it. And I never forgot that. And she's like, well, this is not a big thing. I'm like,
They don't have to be.
that's not what it is, though.
That's not what it is.
You want to know another thing? And this might be the dumbest thing, but this is real. I have my CPAP machine, and I had a little, I use that to sleep, right? And it has an adapter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, yo, can I use the adapter on the CPAP machine to, oh, yeah, go ahead, go use it. So a day goes by, I go to sleep, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go find the adapter. I look, it's already been plugged back in, it's been put back in place. Now again, doesn't mean anything.
It means everything. What the fuck you mean?
Yes! It really does, though.
What the fuck you mean
Right?
it doesn't mean anything?
And she's like, it really
What the
that?
fuck you-
But I'm like, to me, when
the
you're
fuck
thoughtful
you
about little
mean?
things when I'm not even looking, I think that's
The
everything.
fuck you mean it doesn't mean anything?
Okay, I'm not crazy.
That's everything.
Okay.
You go put your shit is back in. Nigga, hold on. You didn't put it back in. You cleaned it. You put it back in. You stored it. Ah,
Yeah.
bitch! If you don't get the fuck right over here, let me give you a hug and a smooch on your forehead.
Yeah.
God damn! If you go to the kitchen and you make me a sandwich, I didn't even ask.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was not even that hungry, but goddamn, I'ma eat it out of love.
It's the little thing.
Yeah,
It really is.
yo, fuck a $10,000 ring. Those things, yo.
I tell you, I remember that for the rest of my life. There's
Fuck
little
that
things
shit.
like that I'm like, oh, that's real. That's real. You weren't trying to do what you thought would make me happy. I never told you. I didn't even know I liked charcuterie anyways.
My girl's like, I folded your socks. I put it back in their place. You beautiful bitch. You did what?
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
You did what? I looked at her like I looked at her like she was a Pagani BS. You beautiful bitch.
2.5 million, all of you. In my ideal world. Yeah. So I'm just letting you guys know, when I think of it, I think of those little things. So just hearing this, I don't know, I just sometimes I find it a bit disappointing. But again, everyone's entitled to these shit.
You beautiful bitch.
In this cold winter season, you need to come back inside and warm yourself up. The problem is, the heat and the cold both damage your skin, and you do want to have flawless skin. And for that, you need to take care of it.
I use TH Hanley. If you don't know what to do, and it's a bit overwhelming, I understand that. I would suggest you to buy the level 1 box.
Which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash, which gets rid of all the dirt and grime on your face. Then got a 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of all the dead skin cells. And an AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because we all need to make sure that our skin is protected from the sun.
And they're going to be able to give you all the instruction in order for you to have a good skincare, for you to be looking all flawless. Yeah, because that's your money maker. That's the first thing that people see when they see you, your face. That's right, and you got to take care of it. If you click on the link below, you will not only save 30% off your first box, but you will also receive a gift. Get it. It's uncomplicated skincare routine for men. That's what I use. Look at this. Flawless. That shit's nice. Compared to this morning, you could do a before and after.
What did you think about the whole topic, considering that, you got to buy a ring and all that good stuff?
The ring that I bought was not expensive.
Huh.
The ring that I bought was within my means.
Okay.
Very much within my means. It was what I could buy.
Boring. All the ladies in the chat want to know. Tell us, how much was it? That's what
Like
they want.
300.
300K?
No, of course I couldn't afford that. It was like three to four.
Stop it.
300 to 400.
300 what? Say it.
Dollars. $300 to $400. Yeah, nice cute diamond rings with black onyx on it, and yeah, $300 to $400.
Yeah, that's acceptable.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
3 months of internet bills. You couldn't save more than that.
No, I couldn't.
Were you homeless? Within your means?
No, but I had bills. I don't want to I don't want to put myself outside in the street. Like it was.
What year is this? 1999? Like what year?
It was 2014.
That's like 9 years ago. With inflation, that's like $500 today.
Yeah.
You think that's acceptable?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah, I think it's perfectly acceptable. And actually, you motherfuckers might comment on that, and I don't give a fuck. Because judging by her face when she saw the ring, it was all that was needed. And actually, I'm gonna tell you more than that. We were supposed to get married. We couldn't get married because my dad was supposed to celebrate us. My dad got cancer, right? So we canceled the marriage, right? When I had to break her the news, and I was like, shit, I think we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to cancel it because it's not gonna happen because my dad is not doing too well. And she said, you're the one I wanted to get married, not me. I got the ring, I'm good. And I was like, yeah, shit, you're right. Yeah. And I didn't want to get married that much. You know what I mean? It was just the pressure and shit like that. And even the big wedding, shit, I don't want a big wedding. Why do you do a big wedding for? Why do you do a big wedding? You do a big wedding for other people. You really do. You really do, because there's 300, 400 people that you really care about. No, it's 300 people that you care about, that your parents care about, that your grandma care about, that her grandma care about, that her grandfather care about, that her parents care about. That's what it is. But it's really about you. It's about you, and you do you, and you got the pressure that you got to do in your family. But the ring thing and everything and stuff, it's like it's a bit much. The 10,000. If you can afford it, go ham. If I was to propose her today, it would have been a little bit different. I would have increased the what?
Let's stop right there. If you can't afford it, let me tell you this: most of the people I know buying rings are going into debt to get those rings.
Absolutely.
You said if you can't afford it, and I agree. But these motherfuckers, a lot of them, can't afford it.
That's not about
precisely because of the pressure that
I understand, but that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. If you can afford it,
bad bitch.
Yeah, bad bitch. Go bad bitch. Saucy Abba. That's the thing. It's like if you can afford it. Like if I was to propose her today, that would have been a whole other thing. Like I would have dropped a little bit more on it because I can. Just peep game, okay? That's the kind of I have a girl that's very sensible and everything and stuff. And
what does that mean? What does that mean when you say sensible?
What I mean by that is that a couple of time ago, I said I'm buy you a car, I'm buy you a Porsche, and she said buy a motherfucking house. Are you stupid? And I'm like, that's the kind of motherfucker you want in your life. You understand what I'm saying? True. And I went and bought a house.
Right. So basically, for you guys, and for her specifically, more important to strategize to think about the future than to do like more.
Because the thing that happened
symbolic
is that
things.
The thing that happened is if like she knew what my situation was back then, and if I would have come to her with a ring of $10,000, she'd be like, she wouldn't even be comfortable wearing that shit.
Right.
It's like, well, what did you do
to get the money?
What did you do?
Yeah.
Where's that from? You don't have it.
True.
I mean, if you want a $14,000 wedding robe, a wedding gown, and if you can't afford it, that's you. I wouldn't set an amount on a ring or what a ring could be. Go within your means. You wanted to get, like, you wanted me to ask your hand so much, but even that, you wanted me to go on one knee. Huh? You wanted me to be like, hey, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you. I'm going to go on one knee and ask you if you want to. But that's not enough. I got to give you 10 bands in the form of a band? Nah, B. That's crazy. It's not enough. Yo, it's never enough. It's like motherfuckers cannot win. So I wouldn't put a price on what a ring should cost. Go with your fucking means. Okay? That's it. And if no lie, and if she says, you present her the ring and she says that's it, take the ring, go back, take your money, run. Or do like one of my mans that her girl said no, and he's wearing the ring on his pinky, and he's like, I'm wearing my own shit. I'm wearing my own shit. Fuck gangster. That. He said no, because of the side of the ring. That's a red flag to me.
I think if my girl told me like the ring thing was really important and she explained why in a way that was more than just oh whoa, right? If she did more oh whoa, why do you want to? Oh whoa, I want a ring. If she did more than that, I promise you I would take a strong consideration and like adjust it. I still wouldn't go above my means because it's not my value system. And if her values dictate to me that I need to spend something on something frivolously, I just wouldn't be able to do it. If it was really important, like if it was a cultural thing and it made sense, fine. You know, like back in the day when it came to marriage and all things, like the things had some merit. So for example, when they talk about things like a dowry, I understood why, right? And that was something that the bride's parents did. They did so that she would be taken care of. That shows their financial investment as the family's locked together. Even marriage, you're like, yeah, it's about... Absolutely, you're right. It's not about the two people there, even though they make it about themselves in a lot of ways. It's about the joining of families, right? When you used to think of weddings and you see them always portrayed, you see like the head of this family, the head of this family sitting at their tables and meeting together and embracing because the father's acknowledging the unions of these families, right? That's why even marriage used to be political. They used to marry off daughters to other kingdoms. Why? So that these people can join alliances. Marriages was really more so like a political thing and a family thing than it was about two individuals. So you're absolutely
cannot go to war with them and my son fucks their daughter.
That's real.
That's real.
That's really stuff that happens. So
and then
when I look at a lot of stuff today and even the way people talk about things, everything becomes about me or it becomes about like, oh, whoa, like magic. You know, and I think that's partially mostly Disney's fault. I think Disney has like sold people on like a princess experience where they wear a white dress and they walk. And if you want to have that, you're entitled to that. I personally don't find it appealing and I don't think that's really meaningful. But if it's meaningful to you, that's great. It's just not my core values. So if I'm meeting a girl and she says 10K and she can't give me a strong justification for why it needs to be 10K, I would walk away. Not because I can't afford it, because I'm looking at you like, why don't we take this money and put in the savings for our kids? Why don't we take this money to spend it into a great honeymoon? Why don't we take this money to spend it into investments for the future? Like, why aren't we focusing that kind of cash flow that is substantial on that instead of this one little symbolic thing? I'm not saying you can't have money to have fun. You can't have money for a little bit smaller, frivolous things. But be reasonable. I like video games. If I was spending 10, 30K a year on video games, I hope my wife would look at me like I'm a little crazy. I hope. Whether it's the Bugattis or whatever it might be, just people always talking about material goods when it comes to their relationship just make me cringe a little bit. It just makes me wince because I'm like, we've normalized this. Not only have we normalized it, we actually make people feel guilty for not engaging in it. Oh, you're cheap. As if it's a reflection of the person's character to be a little bit conservative with their financial spending. We've normalized materialism to the point where if you ain't got name brand shoes, people make fun of you for not having the right brand on your feet. You get what I'm trying to say? Oh, what are these? What are those? Right? We do a lot of that. That's a weird thing to do in the middle of a serious speech. What are those? But, you know.
But
that's really what it is. We're making fun of folks all the time for these things. Oh, this is not right. It's like, bro, why are we so focused on everything superfluous?